Hello everyone. Very good morning. Welcome to this session. Uh, so, uh, para summary questions. So, para summary questions again in CAT, they are not data. You will be given options, and generally three questions come. Generally three questions come of para summary questions come. There'll be options given to you. You will be given a paragraph, and you will be given four options, and you have to choose the option which best captures the information, central idea, or the primary purpose given in the paragraph. And that is what you have to do. At the same time, it becomes extremely important to understand ki, I think this is one particular area which you should be studying with a little bit of seriousness, because I felt that it is a really doable thing. It's really not that difficult. Although there are negative marks, and you have to be little cautious when you mark the answers here. But I think para summary is something which a little bit of effort you can put in, and you can be little bit of understanding of the same concepts what we have discussed in RC. That can you understand the inference? Can you understand the hidden meaning? Can you understand? Can you infer something uh, that has not been mentioned? Can you infer something that the author has not mentioned explicitly? Can you understand what is written in between the lines? So this aspect, I think, is extremely important here. That if you can do this, para summary questions will also become very doable, very easy for you. My name is Anupam, and I have a diverse experience in IT, test prep industry, and in content uh, development. I had the good fortune of working with some good clients. So these batches have already started. Uh, they are in individual batches for plus courses. So you will be getting, you will be running like a normal batches you'll be running. You will not, it will not be that so which is being done so that attention can be given to people. You people can be given mentorship assistance, and faculty and is student connection liaising is better. Okay, so these are the batches which have already started, and yeah. Just a moment. I think this information. So there's some other batches which are your iconic batches. Sorry, I had to sort of disrupt it for a while. Some crucial information. There are some iconic batches which are starting, which are launching on, which have been launched on 20th of December, and I think you should be making best use of them. This is an Unacademy Champions League, and there's another batch which starts on 1st of January. So yeah, Unacademy subscription offers you what you get. You get a sectional test, topic wise test, a full length test. You get lots of you get your there's a doubt solving feature which are bringing in nowadays, and that feature will be really helping you in your asking doubts. We have every fourth class in a plus course is a doubt solving class, which will be very helpful for you. Apart from that, the we have got these test series, and test series is properly analyzed, and the solutions are of great quality, and the accuracy and the kind of quality which we are there to, that is also very high. And apart from that, whatever skills you will learn here, they'll be helpful in other areas also. For example, tomorrow if you write a job interview, these skills will be helpful. Apart from that, the quality you are already seeing in the YouTube videos and our so apart from that, apart from YouTube videos being free, our is special classes are also free on the app. So this is being done just to give you an opportunity to see that key, that the kind of quality which we are giving to you, and you can believe that okay, we'll continue giving you the same quality. The quality will stay same in the plus courses, which is for the subscribers, but certain amount of content will change, so the quality remains the same. Apart from that, I think we have got our Telegram groups in which you can ask questions, and they function just like our WhatsApp groups. We'll be also helping you post CAT. We'll be also helping you for the GDPI, but and we'll be also helping you for omits after the CAT, right? If you look at the current scenario of the COVID, I don't think starting going to a public space, physical coachings is a smart decision as of now. What will be good if you can just prefer doing online coaching. And if you look at the pricing, what we're offering, that is like amazingly less, 15,750 for 12 months and 18,900 for 24 months. So that is the entire thing, and this is a heavily discounted pricing, and you will see that that apart from this, You will also see that we have got EMI options available as well. Monthly payment options we have for you. So monthly payment option will bring down the 18,900. You just have to pay 788 rupees a month for a span of 24 months, and it will come down to 18,900. 18,750 is what we are giving to you for 12 months. The pricing will again come down to 1,300 chains on a monthly basis. So I think this is a good investment. Use the code Saxena Live to get 10% discount. Yeah, so when it comes to para summary questions, I think writing your own summary in your own words is very helpful. So if you write your own summary in your own words and not copying the words which have been given in the paragraph, I think that is the best way out. And when you write your own summary, you understand the paragraph in your own language, and then you can write it, and you can sort of really it'll make things easier for you basically. What happens is that generally the summary writing, the options are also written by somebody who has not written the actual paragraph. The actual paragraph might have been taken from somewhere else. So yeah, second point is that avoid. So if you will write the summary in your own language, then there's a very high chance that you will be able to understand the nuances of the paragraph given, and then you will be also able to understand which of the lines here carries a similar meaning that is given in the paragraph. Second says avoid options that are contrary to the spirit of the paragraph. Okay, avoid the options that are contrary to the spirit of the paragraph. So of course you have to sort of avoid the options that are contrary to what the spirit of the paragraph says. So say if you read an option which is exactly opposite to what the paragraph is saying, okay, then you have to you cannot take that option. That option is definitely incorrect. Now this is something which is very relevant. Okay, for example, if you read that say first half of the paragraph, first half of an option has a word which pits it directly opposite to the paragraph given, then you have to sort of decline that option in the first go itself. You can avoid marking that option altogether. Suppose you have to sort of look at you find that the second half of an option is technically incorrect. You can sort of decline that option right away. Third point said, look for relevant ideas and options and avoid them. Irrelevant ideas and options and avoid them. So 3 says that you have to look for certain ideas, certain opinion which will be given in the paragraphs, they will be completely irrelevant. So you can completely avoid it. Fourth says that finding the most important ideas or ideas in the paragraph. So Yeah, so what happens that in a summary, see, a paragraph is like, it's a small paragraph. It's not a very big paragraph, and it doesn't cannot have a lot of ideas. One major idea has been repeated very often in the paragraph, or one idea has been mentioned and its supporting ideas have been mentioned. Something like of this sort would happen. So a summary will contain a right option will contain either the most important idea or the most important ideas mentioned in the paragraph. Sometimes what happens that one particular idea is given and that is repeated with a little with little change or few changes a number of times. So we naturally know that yeah, this is the point which the author is going to make, because in 7-8 lines that very idea has been mentioned at least 3-4 times. At least six out of 8 lines are talking about same idea. So definitely the summary cannot ignore this idea. Okay, sometimes one main idea is given and then supporting ideas are given after it. Okay, so in that way you have to sort of understand what I always emphasize upon this word known as primary purpose, that if you understand the primary purpose of the piece given, then your job is done. Okay. Also, the central idea of the paragraph will be either paragraph summary or very close to the paragraph summary. So this is also important, that the central idea of the paragraph, okay, will be either paragraph summary or it will be very close to the paragraph summary, and this is extremely important idea. Okay. So yes, solving a couple of VA questions every day is extremely important. See, putting in little effort every day is really going to improve your performance big time. Okay, so putting in little effort every day is going to make all the difference. So please do it, and please make sure that you're doing it. Yeah, next question comes that yeah, so this question says that when Packard's hidden persuaders alerted public to the psycho and analytical skills used by advertising industry, its premise was that advertising agencies were using depth interviews to identify hidden consumer motivations, which were then used to entice consumers to buy goods. They're saying that advertising agencies were using depth interviews to identify hidden consumer motivations, okay, which were used to entice consumers to buy some goods. Critics and reporters often wrongly assume that Packard was writing mainly about subliminal advertising. They say that critics and reporters often wrongly assume that Packard was writing mainly about subliminal advertising. Packard never mentioned the word subliminal. However, devoted very little space to the discussions of sub-threshold effects. So Packard never mentioned the word subliminal, however, devoted very little space to discussions of sub-threshold effects. Instead, his views largely align with the notion that individuals do not always have access to their conscious thoughts and can be persuaded by supraliminal messages with other knowledge. So, see, individuals do not have access to their conscious thoughts and they can be persuaded by, so they are saying that there are some supraliminal messages which are present, okay? And so see, when they are saying that supraliminal, so they said that author is conducting hidden interviews, deep depth interviews to understand hidden motivations, okay? So and they also say that they're talking about conscious thoughts, so probably they are somewhere referring to hidden conscious thoughts, okay? Somewhere somewhere a little deeper than, like, it's obviously it's not going to the, they have never mentioned anything called subconscious or something of that sort, but somewhere they're talking about certain hidden thoughts, because we have so many thoughts in our mind, certain thoughts which are not, which we are not aware with to us, something of that sort is happening here, okay? So let's start reading option number 1. Packard held that advertising was a hidden persuasion built on people's conscious thoughts and awareness by understanding the hidden motivations of consumers and works at subliminal level. Now, authors clearly said that in line number 3, 4, if you say that critics and reporters often wrongly assume that Packard was writing mainly about subliminal advertising. So the author has clearly said in the 4th line that he doesn't believe that Vance Packard worked at subliminal level, hence option number 1 is incorrect. So line number 1, option number 1 was doing everything correct till just the last word. Until the last word came, first option was technically, at least it was correct. There were no technical issues in it. We could have said that we could have had disagreements that, you know, certain things could have been written better, or it wasn't a well constructed summary, it was not a well written summary, we can say all that stuff, we can fight, we can quibble over that, but technically option number 1 was correct until the last word, when he says that works at subliminal level. Had it mentioned supraliminal instead of subliminal, option number would have been technically absolutely correct, but they mentioned subliminal. Author has mentioned 4th line, subliminal is incorrect. That means it is not what Vance Packard did. So option number 1 correct. Come to option number 2. Packard argued that advertising as a hidden persuasion works at supraliminal level. Chalo, thus far it's fine. Wherein people targeted are aware of being persuaded. Now, if you come to second line, it says that last line, in fact, it says that people can be persuaded by supraliminal message without the knowledge. This is again what? Contrary to the information given in the passage. Even 1 was contrary to the information given in the passage. Option number 1, 2, both are contrary to the information given in the passage. And number 3, Packard argued that advertising has a hidden persuasion, understands the hidden motivations of consumers and works at subliminal level. Again, he uses the word subliminal. Now, author has clearly said that Packard never mentioned the word subliminal. So even why we sort of declined option number 1 for the similar reason, 3 is also going against the grain of the paragraph given. So in fact 3 is also incorrect. 4 says that Packard that advertising as a hidden persuasion understands the hidden motivations of consumers, correct, and works at, so I know my back is sort of covering a portion of the text, but I'll read it for you, the entire 4th option. Packard held that advertising as a hidden persuasion understands the hidden motivation of the consumers and works at supraliminal level, though people targeted have no awareness of being persuaded. Now, this is technically correct. Hence, fourth option is the right answer. So basically, what we did here was nothing. If we had just read the piece properly, we could have taken first, second, and third as technically incorrect, and we would have marked fourth as correct. Now, how can one improve? So basically, if an idea is repeated a lot, then it's a high chance that that happens to be the summary. That will be part of the summary. Sometimes different words are used to denote same ideas. Okay. Sometimes different words can be used to donate. So you have to look for that. Sometimes they may use certain terms, okay, which are given in the paragraph. They're given, for example, in the previous question, they were using the word supraliminal and subliminal. Okay, and they were using certain jargons which were mentioned in the paragraph itself to make make these questions appear very correct. These options to be legitimate, very legit options that they are, and we can go ahead with them. But in reality, these options were technically incorrect. So sometimes it also happens that there will be an option which is correct. There will be an option which is technically correct, but sometimes the words used in it will be synonym or will be slightly different from the words which have been used in the actual summary. So a person who is creating the options might have written his or her own summary, and in the same language the person might have written the correct option, and that is where there are slightly different words have been used to denote same ideas, and maybe different words which have not been used in the actual paragraph can be used to denote ideas in wrong options also, in the options which are incorrect, but still the ideas given in those wrong options or incorrect options will be incorrect irrespective of the words being used. So you have to be cautious. So that's why I said in the very beginning that if you will write summary in your own words, then that is the best thing. 3 says extreme options have to be avoided. 3 says that extreme options have to be avoided. So yeah, extreme options have to be avoided, and so this is how it is. Okay. So yeah, when an option uses some extreme words which refer to a meaning which is completely contrary to the entire narrative of the paragraph, they are also technically incorrect. 4th says 2 main ideas can be combined to form a single line of summary. Fourth says that 2 main ideas can be combined to form a single line of summary. Okay, they say that 2 main ideas can be combined to form a single line of summary. Sometimes it happens that 2 ideas, they are sort of combined, and they can be used to form in a, so just to see, summary is not a word by word repetition of the ideas given in the paragraph. See, if we try to just use a synonym of those words which we mentioned in the actual paragraph in our own language, then we will be ending up making a summary which can be even longer or of same length as the actual paragraph, right? So we have to somewhere cut short the length. Okay. And cutting short the length can be done by, if you also, you will see that when you will be making summaries, since summary ka there's no written rule, but in summary has to be in general 1/3 of the actual length. So when you will be writing a summary, it will be 1/3 of the actual length. So naturally you will be combining two, three ideas into one single sentence. The same thing that can happen in the options also. Production and, let's see one more question. Production and legitimation of scientific knowledge can be approached from a number of perspectives. To study knowledge production from the sociology of professions perspective would mean a focus on the institutionalization of a body of knowledge. The professions approach inform earlier research on managerial occupation, business school and management knowledge. It, however, tends to reify institutional power structure in its understanding of the links between the knowledge and authority. Knowledge production is restricted in the perspective to the selected members of the professional community, most notably to the university faculties and professional colleges. Power is understood as a negative mechanism which prevents the non-professional actors from offering their ideas and information as legitimate knowledge. So see, what the author is trying to say here is that the production of knowledge production and legitimation of scientific knowledge can be approached from a number of perspectives. And to study the knowledge production from the sociology of professions perspective would mean a focus on the institutionalization of a body of knowledge. So they are saying that it's somewhere there in the when we study the knowledge that what they're trying to say, that if you study a particular aspect, then you will be focusing on say X idea. That means this particular aspect is really relevant to this X idea, or this particular idea X is what is the soul of this aspect. Okay, that means that in a professions approach, the way professions approach works, it works on the on the very principle, or the very aim of it is institutionalization of a body of knowledge. Institutionalization of a body of knowledge means that when knowledge is considered to be mainstream, it is considered to be the part of that body of knowledge, or the body of information which is largely accepted. and everybody reads it and everybody uses it, and everybody considers it to be valid, legitimate, and to be correct. The professions approach informed earlier research on managerial occupation, business schools, and management knowledge. It, however, tends to reify institutional power structures in its under. So what happens that there's a certain amount of reifying institutional power. So what happens that they sort of reify power structures. Reify means make the power structure stronger. And there is a link between knowledge and authority. Knowledge production is restricted in the perspective to the selected members of the professional community, most notably to the university. So what they're saying that knowledge production is relevant to the power structures, and there's a clear-cut link between knowledge and authority. Knowledge production is restricted in the perspective to the selected members of the professional community. So they're saying that knowledge production is sort of set apart as the as something which only people of people, only few people in the professional community who have certain who have gone to certain colleges, who hold certain degrees, or who hold certain designation or position or post, only they can create knowledge. Okay. Power is understood as a negative mechanism which prevents non-professional actors from offering their ideas and information as legitimate knowledge. So one says that the professions approach has been one of the most relied upon perspective in the study of management knowledge production. So this was never mentioned. One saying that one of the most trusted perspective, this was never mentioned. So one is immediately it is irrelevant. Two says that professionals approach focuses on the creation of institutions of higher knowledge and disciplines to promote. Now saying that professionals approach focuses on creation of institutions of higher education, this was also never mentioned. One number three says that in the approach mentioned, knowledge production is done by elite and powerful in professional capacity. Now option number three is the right one, that it's correct that in the approach mentioned, knowledge production is done by elite and powerful in the professional capacity. This is the right answer. Fourth option, I know it is being obstructed by my body. There's some because these questions are a little bigger and cannot make them any smaller, the font, and they have to be in one page to understand the connection. So I'll read it out to you people. The professions approach does not aim at the institutionalization of the knowledge, but restricts the knowledge production as a function of the select few. So saying that professions approach does not aim at institutionalization of knowledge, this option becomes completely incorrect, because what they mentioned in the second point, in the second line itself, third line itself, basically second line and third line in the print and second line in terms of the ideas, that knowledge production from the sociology of professions approach perspective would mean a focus on the institutionalization of a body of knowledge. So yeah, third option is right. So yeah, please download Unacademy app. You will get special classes, you will get quizzes, and There's so many new batches which are coming up in the Plus courses. Plus subscription offers you topic quizzes, sectional tests, mock tests. We are revamping our entire question bank. There's so many new things which we are starting up. All right, and we'll get doubt solving classes. We are also starting a doubt solving feature in our app, in which directly you can ask your doubts. And apart from that, we have got the best of the faculties. All the faculties are ex-IIM, are all IIM alumni, and they're all from, they've all had work experience in test prep industry and coaching industry, and they also have some of them also have worked in corporations before coming back to their passion.